This is the story of how I went from this.
A lot of concrete buildings just kind of remind me of prisons. I mean, they call them brutalist, right? Dark and cold and, I don't know, brutal.
To this.
Whoa, okay, here is a cool building coming up. What is this?
But let me start at the beginning. Getty recently hosted 26 participants from all around the world as part of a course on conserving modern heritage. And I got to join them on a field trip to see some of Southern California's most beautiful concrete architecture. The first stop was the Salk Institute in San Diego, which is a scientific hub for innovation in biology and more, designed by Louis Kahn in the 1960s in collaboration with its founder, Jonas Salk, who developed the first safe and effective polio vaccine. At first, I was underwhelmed, but the pièce de résistance of the Salk Institute is here in its courtyard, with a beautiful water feature running through, which I found like this. And yes, that is everyone laughing at me.
There's a super beautiful little river down in the concrete that I just discovered organically.
Oops. The excitement here was palpable.
Oh my God.
I'm very happy and pleasure to be here.
Okay, my take on it is yes, it was a pretty location, and I liked the teak accents. But the concrete itself, I still couldn't understand everyone's excitement. So I took a seat and tried to think back over everything I had learned in the course so far. I already knew that technological developments enabled humans to design and create and live in different ways, but I had no idea about the history of concrete until this course. And I learned that during its long history, forms of concrete had been used for thousands of years. Even the ancient Romans used them in the Pantheon. Now, concrete is one of the most commonly used building materials around the world, thanks to the last 150 years. In the 19th century, inventors developed iron and then steel reinforcements, creating a structurally superior material than its ancient counterparts, reinforced concrete. Then, in the 20th century, there was a need for faster and more economical construction methods. With the right engineering, architects could design bigger structures, larger spans, and unique shapes, playing with the texture and appearance of the material. The large number of concrete buildings in the mid-century defined a new architecture. And of course, with new architecture and materials comes the need for new conservation techniques. So, naturally, the Conserving Modern Heritage course included multiple topics in the conservation of modern heritage. I attended the concrete conservation workshop at the Villa, where everyone got the chance to work with concrete up close. Concrete is made of cement plus aggregates, which is a mix of rocks, pebbles, gravel, and sand. And for reinforced concrete, you also need to add those steel bars. Back on our field trip, I found a piece of concrete in the wild.
I found concrete.
Proof that it's not an invulnerable material. By now, we had made our way to the University of California, San Diego, but I still wasn't convinced that concrete buildings were something that should be conserved.
Is this brutalist?
You should call it brutalist, and isn't it just fabulous? I just love that roof form.
Very bold.
And it's so incredible.
Bold, yeah.
Bold.
It's like, I don't know.
I was obviously very skeptical.
See, now this is beautiful to me. Brutalism. Brutal. Nature. Beautiful.
But then something interesting happened. As we continued to look at more buildings, I started to notice interesting patterns and shapes I hadn't noticed before.
I'm starting to get it.
You're starting to like concrete?
I'm starting to like concrete, yeah.
And that excitement only continued.
Whoa, okay, here is a cool building coming up. What is this? Whoa. This is beautiful. Okay, this is beautiful.
You like it?
Yeah, it's brutalist.
Yeah.
Why do they call it brutalist?
This moment always makes me chuckle because during the course, I just assumed that the term brutalist only came from the word brutal. But then seeing this magnificent building, I can literally see myself questioning that assumption. It turns out that the term brutalist was coined in the 1950s as a play on the French word brut, meaning raw, as well as the word brutal for the way people first received that architectural style. But it wasn't until this very moment that I had even heard that term brut.
Beton brut, because concrete can be shaped and we retain its texture, its materiality. And that's the very properties of brutalism. Its rawness.
This changes everything for me.
Good.
Okay, it's not like I just love all concrete and brutalist buildings now, but I've learned that brutalism isn't just about aesthetics. It's also about scale and monumentality, and it's a celebration of the potential of concrete as a new form of expression and materials. And this makes its conservation an important mission, especially to the people working in modern heritage. I feel so lucky to have learned during this episode that if I keep an open mind, I might see the beauty in something that I may not have seen before, expanding my enjoyment not only of art, but of the whole world. I think that's pretty cool.